words, the mask of words, the mask of words. And I don't like long intros. So click that subscribe button to join the masquerade. And let's get into it. Hey! So, today I'm going to be doing some tapping, gripping, and tracing. To give you tingles. And I'm going to be tapping, gripping, and tracing my TBR list. So, first up, I got this as a Christmas present, and I'm so excited because I actually also got the sequel too, and I am very excited to be reading this book. I actually started reading it. I'm barely into it. I'm like that far. Actually, I'm that far because that makes such a difference, those 3 pages. But yeah, I am so far really in love with the concept. I'm not even a full chapter in, but I'm already like super in love with the story. Everyone else was raving about this, and immediately I can easily see why everyone is raving about it. This book is called Fourth Wing. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that because this book is so well known. And it is so pretty. I'm going to take the dust sleeve off of it and show you this map in the beginning here. So this is the book without the dust sleeve on it. On the side there's some gold embellishment. The author's name is Rebecca Yarros. This is a #1 New York Times bestseller, and again the title is Fourth Wing. So, like I said, I have the sequel, which is Iron Flame, and I am immediately going to be reading this. I have a feeling I'm going to get through this series pretty quickly, because I'm already dying to continue it, and I just want to keep reading it. I've also been trying really hard to increase my reading. Trying to get into the habit of reading at least once a day. Now, for a lot of avid readers, that might not seem like a very ambitious goal. But for me, I have come a very long way in my reading journey. I loved reading as a kid, and somewhere in college, I just got really burnt out on reading, and it's years after college to get back into it. So I'm just now at a point where I'm starting to not think of reading as homework or tedious or XYZ. I'm starting to get to a point where I can actually think of it as fun and something that I am excited to do. So I'm still trying to build up that habit of just reading every day. Once I get that habit down, then I'm going to try to aim for like reading a certain amount every day, or for a certain amount of time every day. But yeah, so this one is definitely going to be read. I actually just finished rereading the first Harry Potter book. I have such a long TBR, and yet I reread Harry Potter, but that's because I have not reread Harry Potter since I was in elementary school, and I read the series for the very first time. So with this being like the first real time that I've really sat down and read it beginning to end like this, it was really interesting to see what was different from the movies and what I remembered and what was in the book. And anyways, just rereading it from a writer's standpoint has been really awesome. I do plan on reading like all the Harry Potter books. I've only reread the first one so far, but I'm taking a break to read this series because I already know how Harry Potter goes. I don't know how this one goes, so I'm gonna read this little series first. Oh, sorry. So this next one also sounds really good. It's called One for My Enemy. And this honestly sounds really cool. It's about two rival witch families that are duking it out. You can see one side here, and they're like all women. And then on the other side, you can see the other family, and they're all men. I also like this one too, without the dust cover on it, because it has this really cool, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a speckled kind of texture for the paper, and this really gorgeous red embossing. One for My Enemy by Olive Blake, or Olivia Blake, Olive. I'm not sure if it's Olive or Olivia, but I am also excited to read this one. I also just really like the cover art here with the dagger. I think that is really pretty and super creative. Just doing some gripping. This next one is a paperback, and this one I actually bought for myself. This is The Girl the Sea Gave Back. The Girl the Sea Gave Back. sounds really good too. It's about a girl who is discovered washed ashore, half burned, and she has all these sacred symbols written all over her body, and it marks her as a member of the cure, but as a truth tongue. So the people who find her believe she's cursed and forsaken by her own people, but her ability to cast runes that interpret the fate of the woven by the spinners makes her valuable. And it sounds like she ends up predicting a war. So that's very interesting to me that she like predicts a war and they have to figure out how to overcome it or prevent it. Anyways, it just sounded really good. This is a young adult fantasy. It is also a New York Times bestselling author. So, by Adrian Young. And it includes a bonus scene. So if you remember right, I said I was going to be also working on rereading Harry Potter. And this is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. But this is no ordinary Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is a beautifully illustrated version. So each of the pages, well, maybe not each of the pages, but most of the pages have a, hold on, I'm trying to open up, it's kind of hard, have beautiful illustrations like this one. I think I just got a paper cut. It also has a nice ribbon to help keep your place in the book. This one I'm not going to take out of the dust cover just because it's a really heavy book. But I am very excited to give this a read when I get to this point in the series. Very excited to look at all of the beautiful illustrations as I read the story. Okay, I'm gonna set this down because this is really heavy. This last book is very unique. It is fun. It says on this one I actually got because I was doing some research recently on mushrooms. Just writer thing. And I really like how this book kind of tells you about different mushrooms and just information about them, the name, whether or not they're poisonous, what they can be used for, how they reproduce. Those are some fun ones. So, obviously I'm not going to show you the whole book because that would be, illegal. But I definitely encourage you, if you like mushrooms or spores or just kind of want a good coffee book table, check this one out. Now, this definitely is not going to be the full extent of my reading list or to be read list because I didn't get to every single book that was on my list last time. But this is definitely a good little sneak peek at some of the books I'm going to be reading this year, as well as some of the Christmas gifts I got. Most of these were Christmas gifts. So, I hope you liked today's video. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, comment your favorite part down below. If you want to support me in other ways, click the link down in the description too.